Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, all you wonderful money masters out there. I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, and welcome. Folks, you can watch us live by going to TigerTV. If you go to the homepage of TFNN.com, you'll be able to follow along, and you'll be able to take a look at the charts that we've got on my screen. And, you can also always call us at 877-927-6648 for everybody on the West Coast. If you're just waking up, it's time to stretch. If you've been up, it's still time to stretch. No matter whether you're on the West Coast, the East Coast, the Central Coast, any coast around the world, folks, it's time to just put those shoulders back, if you will. Maybe just stretch those arms out. It's a good time to just change your state, go from whatever state you are in to the most peaked, how about that? The peakest, the most peak physical state that you possibly can put yourself in. Because, folks, you want to be able to do that on a daily basis. You want to be able to find whatever routine it is that you can do that always puts yourself in a peak mental state, a peak mental condition, because when you're making a decision, folks, and decisions are what shape your destiny, when you're making a decision, folks, you want to make sure you're doing it from strength, not from weakness. No weaklings out here, folks, only strength. And thanks so much for joining me. I love kicking the show off. It's a great way for me to just simply energize myself. It's a great way, folks, for me to actually be able to do what I love doing best. I absolutely love being here with you. I love the support. I love the emails that I get all times of the day, all times of the evening. And it's so nice to just simply, when you sit on this side of the camera, I can't see you, but if you're watching on Tiger TV, you absolutely can see me. And it's just nice to know that on a daily basis, I'm at least touching the lives of a few folks out there. Maybe it's more than a few, because I know people are busy and they don't have a chance to send me an email at steve@tfnn.com. But if you ever get a chance, if you ever get a break, and if you've got something good, bad, positive, doesn't matter. Look, the whole purpose of my being here is to be able to deliver good content, be able to touch somebody's life, be able to help somebody. Maybe you can help somebody. Maybe you can help me. Maybe you've got an idea. I've had clients, listeners, what have you, send me suggestions. And I love that, folks, because I know that whatever it is that you're throwing out to me, I know that it's just the universe. It's just basically you're trying to help me. I'm trying to help you. That's what it's all about. It's what it's all about here at TFNN.com. And, folks, and that's why I'm so jazzed up. Talk about helping people out. First of all, thank you to each of you that are listening in that have signed up for tonight's party. That's right. I'm throwing a party. It's a money game party, and it's being held at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. If you're invited. You just haven't given the RSVP if you haven't signed up for it. But 400 plus of you have already signed up. We're having a huge party tonight, and I want you to attend. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com. Under Breaking News, you will see the position size. I think it's called position sizing. You just click on that link. You'll get an email that comes back to you. Just double opt into that. And we absolutely want you to join the whole team of us, folks. It's going to be a great party. We're going to answer the 5 core questions that let you know where you're at in the money game. We're going to help you to identify what your potential is. If you decide to play the money game, if you're already playing the money game, I'm going to help you to understand even more potential, even more rewards that you can get, even more extraordinary rewards. And, folks, we're going to also help you understand what action you've got to take to play the money game, what results you can expect if you play that, what belief system you've got to show up with, and what's the best way for you to take action in the money game. That's really what it's all about. I hope that's why you're tuned in here, because we want to be able to help, want to be able to teach you. So please go to the homepage of TFNN, sign up for it, join your other friends, your other peer group. We've got a large peer group that's going to show up tonight. I am so looking forward to it. Haven't had much sleep. Looking forward to going to that party, and then afterwards crashing out, if you will, and then be back here raring and ready to go, tomorrow morning. So, I start my day off. If you're watching on Tiger TV, here's my favorite spot in the world. In a heartbeat, I can go there. And no matter what energy level I'm at, I can find another gear. And you too. So whatever it is, you find a place of tranquility, find a place, in your heart, in your mind of peace. Get a picture of that, folks. Having that picture just in your mind or writing it down on a piece of paper is not as empowering as actually visually being able to be there. So if you're picturing yourself as a trader, you're picturing yourself as a parent, as an athlete, whatever body it is that you want, folks, what you've got to do is, in today's day and age, with the tools that we have on the internet, you can find basically anything. So whatever it is that you want, you talk about manifesting something into your life, you could do that in a heartbeat. Then it's just a matter of how you make the transition from where you're at today to where it is that you want to be. That's what the webinar is going to be about tonight. It's really what the radio programming here at TFNN is all about. Today, Wednesday, another great, fine day of radio programming. After this show, you've got myself and Tom doing the Money Master show. Then on deck, we've got Basil Chapman. He's going to absolutely hit it out the park. And then we've got Larry Pesavento. So we're going to Europe. I think Larry's in Germany over there. Hopefully he's not in Greece. Looks like they're rioting. They've got 70 to 100,000 people in the square saying no more austerity. The heck with you guys. The whole country is on strike. So I hope that Larry's not over in Greece, but I think he's in Germany. And then from 3 to 4 today, we've got David White, who's creating this amazing software, the art of the chart. And folks, you need to sign up for that webinar as well. So all 400 of you, that are attending this party, David White is throwing another party. I think that's on the 26th of October. That's also on the front page of TFNN. You're going to want to go to that because it's absolutely outstanding, incredible software, and you want to be able to have those tools available to you. And then Tom is going to take it home from 4 to 6, and I'll be back 6:30 to kick off that TFNN Money Party, folks. So please join us there. Now, these markets that we're talking about here, talk about up and down, up and down. And, there's a new product that was introduced. Now, most people, by Apple, most people didn't pick up on this product. And I don't know why. In fact, during the show that Tom and I did yesterday, I alluded to that product, folks. And, because you've heard of the iPhone, right? I've got an iPhone. Many people have an iPhone. Tom even sounds like he's going to break down around Christmas, and he's going to get iPhones for friends and family. I hope I'm on that list. And so I've got my iPhone. How about iPods? How many of us have iPods that really are just collecting dust at this point? Most of us just simply use the iPhone when we're working out or however it is that we're going to listen to music. And then you got the iPads, right? And then how about the iCloud? Well, there was a new product that was released last night. It's called the The I. Because right now, Apple in the aftermarkets is trading somewhere in the 400 area. And the I. Well, why I say that, folks, is because what Apple is about to do today, and we'll see how it closes out, how it trades, it's creating a island reversal top pattern. And if you're watching on TigerTV, I've got this area circled here. The last 3 trading sessions when Apple had gapped up, it gapped up from the October 13th time frame. The high that it made there was 408.43. Then the next trading session, which was on the 14th, the low on that was 415.27. You got a gap up there, and we've done that for 3 days in a row. And what's happened, because they released that last night, folks, they released it when Apple missed their numbers. Now, that's an amazing thing. That alone is amazing. I don't care what excuses, what reasons are being given. Look, by trade, by degree, I'm a CPA. Have been for 30 years. Whether it was my own public company, whether it was other public companies that I worked for as a CFO, as an accounting officer, I know how the games work behind the scenes. That's why I love being a fundamental trader, if you will. Now I understand that the real fundamental traders understand chart technology. For Apple to miss the numbers the way that they did, folks, knowing the type of little corners, if you will, in crevices where little things are held, little drawers that you can pull out when you need to, and, it's not as if Steve Jobs' health wasn't known or what have you. It's not as if, a transition to a new CEO was just a last-minute thing. And so for Apple to actually have missed those numbers and then to have released the with a island top reversal, folks, a very bearish sign. Now, the completion of it happens today, so we'll see how it trades. But it's going to open somewhere in this $400 area. We'll actually see. You just don't know. But as it was trading last night, as it was trading, earlier this morning as I was looking at it, it's going to gap down, and it's going to create this island. Now, Apple has a history of actually doing this. It did it the last time when it was at highs. This here basically is leaving a list of stranded passengers on an island, on that Apple island. Look, I'm hoping that it's leaving them with a whole bunch of Apple products back there. Yesterday, you had, let's see, how many passengers arrived at the island? You had 31 million passengers yesterday, 24 million the day before, 20 million, and overnight, the boat sailed off and left all those folks behind. Will it be back up there? Might be, but you don't like to see those patterns at the top of a chart. You absolutely don't like to do that, especially with everything that's going on with inside Apple, especially when you take a look at the competition and what it is that they want to do. So hopefully you're looking at my screen here, and I'm showing you the last island reversal, just trying to widen this out so it's a little bit easier for you to see. And the last one, folks, was on February 16, 2011, when Apple made its high at $364.90. It gapped down the following day, and even though it traded up, it still missed it by a few cents. It created that island, and what Apple did was it retraced, and then it made an ABC down that actually took it, down into the ABC area, took it down to $327 on March 16th. Apple continued to actually even go lower. It went lower to April 18th. Of 2011, got down to a low of $320. And what we saw happening yesterday, folks, is I'm just pulling back here, and the highs on Apple weren't broken until you got into the July timeframe. It went sideways into sideways consolidation, much like our market is as well. And, we saw this coming, as I was talking with Tom last night, because somebody knew something. Somebody knew something. Somebody always does. And we can always find out when they do, because on October 4th, Apple had huge volume at the bottom. Apple wants to trade down to that area, wants to trade at least, in my opinion, to 381.80 mark. 877-927-6618. Ay, ay, ay. We'll be right back, folks.
Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
X-Story Gold Mines, an NYSE Amex-listed company trading under the symbol XG, is slated to be the newest gold-silver producer in Argentina. X-Story is forecast to produce more than $250 million in bullion annually, beginning in 2013, at a cash cost of less than $200 for each ounce of gold produced. That forecast will make X-Story one of the highest margin operators in South America and a sector leader in the mining industry. X-Story has $50 million in its treasury, having spent over $60 million to date on drilling and engineering. The ultimate size of its Argentina discovery could be determined by year-end, as results from the 6 drills operating at the site are fully assessed. To find out more about X-Story Gold Mines and their exciting growth potential, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex under the symbol XG.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today. Click Investments and Newsletters and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Looking for some extra cash to help pay off some of your bills? Let Tiger Metal Exchange convert your unwanted jewelry to cash. We pay out 80% of the market price for gold. Our payouts are the highest in the industry, more than double our largest competitors. And we've created the safest, easiest, and most straightforward process for converting your jewelry to cash. Log on to TigerMetalExchange.com and get your free scale, your free eye loop, and get the cash you deserve now. We provide a free online calculator that converts your jewelry to cash at up-to-the-minute spot prices. We insure your items for up to $75,000 per shipment free of charge. We videotape the entire valuation process so that you can view it online. You can call us toll-free at 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. Let Tiger Metal Exchange put more cash in your pocket without ever leaving the comfort of your home. Join the list of thousands of satisfied customers and go to TigerMetalExchange.com. It's the only click you need to make.
Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio, therefore we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider David White. What are you waiting for? Go to the front of TFNN.com, click on the link on the front page, sign up for your 2-week free trial, and become a Technology Insider today.
Here's what people are saying about Tiger TV.
Let's go to John in Tampa. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
A wonderful day. I love your Tiger TV. I watch it every day. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, man, I appreciate you out there watching it. How long have you been watching the Tiger TV?
I'm watching almost a month now, and it's wonderful.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's cool. You see the charts and everything. Thanks so much for the hard work.
Tiger TV, a great news service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Don't forget, you can test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. Thanks so much for joining us. I really appreciate it. Right now, you've got the ES Mini is down about 3 points. NASDAQ down 20. Small caps off about 3 in the Dow down about 22 points. Now, Apple right now is trading out at 400.696668. That was the last 3 trades out there. And so, you know, Apple is looks like it's going to gap down and it's going to create that island top reversal. Now, I had a caller called in, Terry from Miami, but Terry apparently was on her, I don't know if it was a guy or a gal, but on their way to work. Couldn't hold on, but the question was, is it too late to short Apple now? And my opinion is yes. You know, the time to have taken a position on Apple would have been last night. If you were listening to us on the Money Masters show yesterday, you know, we didn't give this trade away. Now, in my newsletter, we're already short the Qs, and Apple represents a significant piece of the Qs, so there was no reason for me to go take a look at Apple directly. But if you go back and you listen to the archive yesterday, you know, here where I was saying, you know, the charts are sending us a signal, and I said, obviously, the worst possible thing that could happen would be for, didn't matter whether the news was good, whether they released the III product last night, or they had something great. You know, the worst possible thing would be for Apple to have, for the market to have sold off Apple. That's what it looks like it's going to do today. We won't know till it ends. You know, it could close that gap. But here's the thing. When we take a look at charts, and I want you to understand patterns there. It doesn't show this on my screen right here, right now. I'll just show you the areas. You can go to your chart. You can take a look at it. But on one of my other Apple charts, what I showed yesterday is Apple had 3 gaps. The first gap, folks, was between the October 7th candle and the October 10th candle. Slight gap there. That was gap number 1. Then Apple has another gap. It has a gap between October 10th and the October 11th candle. Then we've got our third gap, a three-gap play, if you will. And that's the one where we've created this island. That was between the October 13th time frame and then the 14th for the last two sessions as well. So you've had a three-gap play, and you were sitting up there. You've got this high-volume low that was just sitting out here that hasn't been tested. And, folks, you know, it was just screaming that somebody knew something, that something was out there, and that there was some nice distribution going on up at the top that's going to strand people, you know, on that deserted island. Now, here's why it's too late to go short, at least in my opinion. You know, I like to have the money management you know, at my back, if you will. That's what tonight is really all about, and why, Terry, why hopefully you're signed up for the party that we're having at 6 o'clock, because it really is, the secret really is all about money management. The secret really is being able to trade when your back is up against the wall, because that's when you can make the most amount of money. That's when, you know, if if you've got a trading system that has a positive expectancy, then you're going to win no matter what. Because you take those trades when there's chart patterns there that are giving you the signals that you should take the trade. For my clients and I, we're already in essence in the trade because of our trade in the Qs versus just directly going in at Apple. Now, in the case of Apple, the next piece of information, now what typically happens on a three-gap play, folks, is you'll come back to the first gap. And that made sense. That makes sense because when you come back to that first gap, you're also coming back to the high of that October 4th candle. So the high on that October 4th candle, 381.80, where that first gap is at the 377.74 area. You know, and really sometimes people will take a look at the top of the body. In this case here, that would be 375.78. But Apple's got to come into that area with monster volume, Terry. You know, this could be nothing more than just a couple-day event. It gets down there, it tests that October 4th low, and, you know, if it gets into the high on less than 44 million shares, closes above the 381.80, then, you know, it will have successfully tested that area. What could Apple do? It could go sideways. It could go sideways like this market has. Our market's gone sideways for 2.5 months already. And so, you know, today's the 19th. We're coming close to month 3, if you will. And so I would not go short Apple here. Yesterday was the time to put on maybe a bear call spread, and that's why I think somebody actually sent me an email, and I had them go ahead and get in touch with Don Kaufman, because Don is an expert at that, and you know, he does a show on Tuesday. He or Victor Smith, I think they're switching off between the two of them, and an absolutely great options show. So hopefully somebody called in and talked to him about that and took that trade. So that was on Apple. Now, if we just go take a tour around the world, let's just go see what's happening around the world. And if we take a look at, let's first go over to take a look at the DAX. The DAX, that's pretty interesting, because the DAX right now is trading at 58.97. You know, it's up a little bit from yesterday's close, but not up like it was at 4 a.m. this morning. 877-927-6648. Give me a call. We'll be right back, folks.
Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. If you want to get great trade setups in the equity as well as the option market, come over to TFNN.com and test drive my daily newsletter, Market Insights, for 2 weeks absolutely free. Each trade setup comes with a profit projection as well as stop placement. Included in Market Insights is a Twitter alert service. This allows you to take advantage of intraday setups. Volatility is back in the markets. What does that mean to you? To me, it spells short-term opportunity each and every day. The days of trending up on lighter volume are gone. We have come off the highs with volume across the globe. Don't get caught in a complacency trap. Many of the indices have given back 2 months of trading in 1 week. We have a trader's market. You can take advantage of this trader's market by test driving my daily newsletter, Market Insights, free for 2 weeks. Market Insights will give you the edge you're looking for in the markets. Go to TFNN.com under newsletter. Hit the Market Insight tab for your 2-week free test drive right here, right now.
Homeowners, did you know a burglar could break into your home and get away in just 5 minutes? A locked door may not be enough to keep a thief out of your home. Think about what you can lose, and then think about this. Now you can get a free security system monitored by ADT, the leader in home security. Pick up your phone now and get free hardware, free medical and fire alert, and free activation. It's an $850 value. Just call Protect Your Home, your authorized ADT dealer, at 1-800-949-8207. You'll get 24-hour protection, and there's no cost for parts or activation. So call now about a free security system monitored by ADT. Call 1-800-949-8207. $99 installation charge. 36-month monitoring agreement at $35.99 a month. Call for terms and conditions to this offer and protect your home license numbers. Call now. 1-800-949-8207. That's 1-800-949-8207.
Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio. Therefore, we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider David White. What are you waiting for? Go to the front of TFNN.com, click on the link on the front page, sign up for your 2-week free trial, and become a Technology Insider today.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower your volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angelo O'Brien, financial advisor and certified financial planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
It absolutely is, folks. Welcome back, 877-927-6648. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. We're off to the races. And in the lead, you've got the Dow down 23, the NASDAQ down 14. I'm looking at the ES Mini here. Let me see here. Give me a second here and switch over. You've got, what is the Dow? So the Dow's down 19.7 right now. Sorry, you got Dow down 7.6. You got the composite down 11. Small caps down 3. S&P's down $1, if you will, and we're taking a look at the DAX right now because, it's a one-world market, so we're just taking a quick tour around the market, see what it is that we can see. Now, the DAX had traded up. Right now, it's trading out at 59.11. Traded up as high as 59.77, and is sold off. And what the DAX did, folks, is, you've got this swing point out here from August 15th, and the low on that swing point was 6,008 and a penny, and it tested that swing point for 4 sessions. Now, 2 sessions ago, which was on the 17th, made this bearish engulfing pattern right here at the top. So the high of that swing point, it never got really up to the high. The high of that day it got up to was 6,081. That is a real resistance area right there, folks. And so what did it do today? Probably looks like it was a 618 or 786 retracement, just simply of that move, which would just simply be a normal area. And so, if I were in Germany, I would have sold the DAX somewhere right around 59.53. So it had to move down. It's just a breathing pattern, moves back up. And, and right now you've got that tug of war, if you will, that doji candle that we talked about yesterday, which is nothing more than, if you picture in your mind, because, visualization is just simply so important. And if you take a look at that tug of war, folks, if you draw that line in the sand and you got two teams out there and it goes this way and then it goes that way, that's the wick from the high to the low. And right there in the center, folks, that right there in the center is, if you just end up closing there, it means everybody gave up and they said, you know what? We want to go to the party that Steve is throwing over at TFNN tonight at 6:30. So I expect all my friends in Germany, they'll be on as well watching our webcast, and you should be too, folks. Just go over to the front page and take a look at that. If we go take a look at what else is going on around the world, so in the DAX right here, it's a draw. And, things have not, there was, I guess, what one of the things that fueled the fire yesterday was some little article buried on some page inside a newspaper that somebody decided to push out. In this day and age of being connected, to the web with whatever tools it is that's out there, you've got to be careful because there's just so many rumors, if you will, that are out there. And so here you had Merkel during the day, you had Merkel during the day before saying, hey, we're not going to solve everything this weekend. We're not going to solve everything on October 23rd. And because the problems are absolutely huge. They can't be solved just like that. And so, but some little article, is what set off the little firestorm, and that's fine. But what you have to understand is you have to, from a charting standpoint, you want to understand where your resistance areas are. And just simply, you want to be able to be flexible enough to switch your positions. You don't want to be married to a position. You want to just simply have sound decision-making behind why you did what you did. You want to make sure that you've got, as part of that sound decision-making, you'll know your stop placement. We're going to talk about that tonight. I'm going to show you the tool that I have created that helps you understand the average true range, which, folks, is really a way of saying the daily noise, if you will. You don't want to get into a trade only to have the daily noise take you out, because it's very easy to understand what the daily noise is going to be. You can go back and you can take a look at those averages, because nobody knows exactly where the market is going to stop. We're just looking for it to be able to make a turn. That's if you're going to go ahead and play resistance areas or swing points where it releases a ton of information for us. So if we go take a look at the markets as well, they're having trouble in Japan. The Nikkei, it's out here. It's got an island, if you will, as well. Islands all over the place, folks. Island and Apple. We'll see where it trades to. 877-927-6648. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today. Click Investments Newsletters and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, author of Mastering Probabilities, a daily investment and trading newsletter, and teacher of the money game. Studies show that 3 out of 5 people are afraid for their life in trading these markets, and the number one reason given is fear of loss. Look, fear stands for false evidence appearing real, and the money game proves it. Lesson number 1, don't risk more than 1% of your trading capital on any trade. Why, you ask? Because 35 trades in a row where you risk 50 cents and make $1 are all you need to double your trading capital, versus the 230 losing trades in a row you would need to bring your balance to $100. Let me teach you more about the money game risk-free for 30 days. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, for your 30-day risk-free trial. You were born to be a money master, and I'll teach you how. At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650. I should get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
And very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, did you sell us jewelry or did you buy coins off us?
I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we weighted at was less than you guys said, so, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
Here's what people are saying about Tiger TV.
Let's go to John in Tampa. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
A wonderful day. I love your Tiger TV. I watch it every day. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, man, I appreciate you out there watching it. How long have you been watching the Tiger TV?
I watch almost a month now, and it's wonderful.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's cool. You see the charts and everything. Thanks so much for the hard work.
Tiger TV, a great news service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by South American Silver Corporation. For more information, just click the South American Silver Corporation banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648 to get the Dow off 20, S&P's off 2, the composite down 14. Now, what I've got up on my screen here is, I like to, take a look at winners and losers, if you will. And so up 9% right now is Intuitive Surgical. The symbol on that is ISRG. And now this is a nice-looking chart here, and there's a lot to be learned from this. So let's just go take a look at it. Now, the highs that we had in Intuitive Surgical came in on July 21st. The high there was 415.19. You gapped up this morning. You're trading right now at 418.59. The volume you had there was only 899,000 shares. In the first, let's see here, in the first 13 minutes of trading, you've already done 309,000 shares. So you've got the opportunity in Intuitive Surgical, volume-wise, to be able to bust through this. So it's going to be interesting to watch where Intuitive Surgical closes today. Is it ready to go bust through those highs and complete an ABC up pattern? Or is it going to say, you know what, even though I've got the volume, I'm not going to bust it up and I'm going to try to go bust it down? Personally, I think Intuitive Surgical is sending the message that it wants to go higher. It wants to trade higher. So let's go back and see what we can learn from Intuitive Surgical. The first thing, and we talk about these gaps, and when you have a gap, you certainly want to have a high volume gap. Now, when Apple gapped up, and I think I almost said Gapple again. I did that yesterday. We might have to change the name of it from Apple to Gapple. Anyways, because it was that 3-gap play, right, folks? So in any event here, when Intuitive Surgical gapped up, this is what you actually like to see. And I'm going back here to the January 21st time frame of and where it had 3.2 million shares. What it did was it gapped up. The close of the prior day on January 20th was $289, and when it opened the following day, it opened at $323. Pretty nice movement. I don't know, is that, 10%, something like that? Today it's up, 10% on its gap up, and it's already, like I say, in the first 13 minutes, it's got some good volume in here. And what Intuitive Surgical did was it came back, and it came back to that gap area, gapped up, and when it came back, kind of gapped up, moved sideways, and when it came back and it tested it, it was testing that 3 million share area, was testing it with 500,000 shares, testing it with another 500, 300, 348. Wasn't enough volume to actually bust it down. So that area held. It went ahead and created really what I see as a B point and an ABC up, which was on April 11th. And the volume that it had there was only 376,000 shares. And the A that I'm looking at from here, folks, is the low that it made in November 22nd area, 2010, somewhere in that 247 area. So what it did was it made it look like about a 130-point move. And then what it does is it pulls back again to test out that original gap area, to test out that original high volume. When it came back again, and it did this here in the August time frame, folks, it came back with 900,000 shares. Tried it again, came back with 335,000 shares, trying to get into that gap, said, see you, don't want to be you, took off from there, and it went ahead and, and we also had another sign of strength, in this case here, on July 20th. That sign of strength had 1.3 million shares, where it gapped up from the following day, July 19th, on 676 million shares. So you had another sign of strength in there, and that's where you're trading at right now. And if you can get above the the high out here of 397 on more than 899,000 shares, we don't have to worry about that. Then that's telling you it wants to go ahead and it wants to complete the ABC, which would take this thing to the $451 area. Now, you want to keep your eye on this stock here because of the signs of strength that it has. What you'd want to be seeing is you'd want to see it, in essence, fail today, meaning it doesn't want to take on its size. It wants to close a gap. It wants to pull back. And then you'd want to go ahead and get into ISRG. Let's go to our first caller, Kevin in Sterling, Mass. Kevin, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding.
Hey, Steve. How you doing?
Doing great. How's your day?
Good. I'm going to watch your presentation tonight. So.
Thanks for joining the party.
No problem, man.
Bring some friends.
Thanks for having us.
No problem.
I'll give you a quick story, and then I'll go to. I tell a lot of friends about TFNN, and they kind of just blow me off. Like I say, sometimes, especially when Larry last was a March.
Yes.
Of 9.
Yeah.
I remember him saying it, and I tell people, I said, you can go back and look at the archives and read and listen to it, and
sure.
they still find it. Anyways.
Well, you know what? The thing here, Kevin, here's the thing, and it's really great that you are putting yourself out there to tell your friends about us at TFNN, and what we know is that you're just really trying to help them. And the reality is that, somewhere between 60 to 70% of people are absolutely afraid for their life to get back into the market or to trade these markets. They believe that they can't do it. And the reality is, and those folks should absolutely buy them beers. Send me the bill, and have them tune in to tonight, because we can help them overcome those fears. It's just simply, the problem is that, who's going to teach you the money game? That's really what it's all about. It's a game. And I'll bet you your friends are really great at games. And when they can take it down from saying, that false evidence appearing real, that fear, that's all that is, and they want to play a game, and that they're good at games. They're probably good athletes or good at, some type of board game or whatever it is. When they can boil this down to a game, so don't let up on them, all right? Keep putting the pressure on those friends of yours.
Well, you know what the funny thing, and I'll get to the stock because we got time.
We got time. Don't worry about it.
What I hear from people, and this really irks me, is they'll tell me that the government won't let the market go down. I go, you got to be kidding me. I mean, because everything is like, if the market goes down, of course, then you get pessimism, and what happened in 09, whatever, in 08, and
Sure.
And I go, well, I don't think. They basically, the government propped it up with QE1 and QE2, and
absolutely. Yes.
And if they do QE3, which
it's an easy trade. Hey, you do QE3, it's an easy trade, folks. We're going long QE3 till that boat docks.
But all it did is prolong. All it ends up doing is prolong the inevitable, and eventually, someday, somebody's going to say, you know what? Just like they're going to have to address this, and they keep not addressing it.
No question, Kevin. Stay with us as we go into the break. We'll go take a look at JAG, but okay. What we know is that no matter how things work, there are chart patterns, there are non-random chart patterns that we can trade, we can make money, and folks just need to understand money management. Keep working on your friends. We'll be right back to Kevin from Moulton, Kevin from Sterling, Mass. in just a minute.
As Tom says, go long America. Now you can join TFNN and Barnes & Noble to keep money in your community. Purchase Tom's best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, your ultimate trading mastery system, before October 31st from your local Barnes & Noble store. And you will be given access to not just one, but 2 exceptional archived courses. Tiger Scaling, The Tiger Butterfly, and Gartley. The Art of Timing the Trade is more than just a book. It's an educational journey that will help you understand the Wall Street greed cycle and learn how to recognize profit from genuine price moves. So, for the cost of just under $30, you will receive in excess of $300 in trading education from Tom O'Brien, TFNN, and Barnes & Noble. And you will be helping to support an important local business, your local bookstore. If you do not have a Barnes & Noble in your community, then go to your local bookstore. We'll be sure to work with them to keep your purchase local. So let's support our local businesses. Keep money in your community and get a great education. But be sure to act now, because you only have until October 31st to take advantage of this opportunity. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details.
Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio, therefore we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider David White. What are you waiting for? Go to the front of TFNN.com, click on the link on the front page, sign up for your 2-week free trial, and become a Technology Insider today.
Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you. No matter what market you trade, what time frame you trade in, or your trading style, the Opening Call, Basil Chapman's daily market newsletter, is bursting with the information and trades you need to become a more successful trader.
I've been using Basil Chapman's Chapman Wave methodology for several years now. His Chapman Wave can be used for any time period for not only equities, but futures, currencies, commodities. I've been also a subscriber of his Opening Call, which I find an invaluable tool to help me analyze the potential of the market each day. He gives you opportunities to go short and long. It includes recommendations on stocks. I strongly recommend people using the Chapman Wave, and I very, very strongly support the use of his Opening Call.
To find out more about Basil Chapman and his Chapman Wave methodology, and to get your 2-week free trial of the Opening Call, a $64 value, visit TFNN.com today.
Great Basin Gold is a mining company engaged in the exploration and development of 2 emerging gold properties in Nevada and South Africa with a total resource base of more than 23 million gold ounces. Great Basin's Burnstone mine in South Africa opened in February of this year with a resource of 20 million gold ounces, becoming the first mine to open in the historic Witwatersrand Basin in the last 30 years. The Burnstone mine is projected to have a 25-year mine life and is fully financed with production anticipated to be over 250,000 ounces per year at a cash cost of only $450 per ounce. The Hollister mine in Nevada became fully integrated in the 4th quarter of 2010 with annual production estimates of 110,000 ounces of gold per year over the 8-year mine life at a cash cost of only $527 per ounce. Great Basin Gold is cash flow positive and trades on the Toronto and New York stock exchanges under the symbol GBG.
Go long, America! Purchase Tom's best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, before October 31st. You will receive in excess of $300 in trading education.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. You get the Dow down 24, S&P's down 4, the small cap's down about 3, and the composite down 19. Apple right now is down $21, trading out at $451. We're on the line with Kevin, who's going to be joining us at our party that we're throwing tonight. It's a money machine, folks. You want to make sure that you join in, too. Just go to the homepage at TFNN.com and click on the link for the mastering the position size link. You'll see that there. You'll get an email. You can opt back in. In fact, look in your junk box as well. Sometimes these emails end up going to the junk box. But, Kevin, let's go back, and you wanted to take a look at JAG?
Yeah, I just want, yes, please.
Yeah, what are you in it? Looking to get in it? What's your?
Well, I was in it, but luckily I got out of it. I put a stop in. I got stopped out back on Friday.
Okay.
But is it going to test that 411? Do you think now? Is a high volume low?
Yeah, it looks like it to me. And folks, the symbol is JAG. It's 52-week high 790, 52-week low 411, and that's the area that Kevin is talking about, that 411. So what I've got up on my screen right now is a weekly chart. It's trading at 437. That weekly low there has got 9.7 million shares. Right now for the week, you've got 2.2 million shares. So the setup is pretty nice. You'd like to see it go down and test that area, on lighter volume. That's on the weekly chart. Now, the last time up, where it got to, you can easily make the case on the weekly chart where it went right back up to really where the stock broke down, and that was the week of the 21st of January. You did 3.8 million shares. Then the next week you had some increasing volume, did 4 million, and then the following week it was kaboom, you had 17 million shares let out. And so the last time up it got to that area, and those folks decided they wanted to get some of their money back. If we go take a look at, so you're going to have some, you're going to have a little trading range there between 640, if you will, and 411. That's not such a bad trading range, if you use the right money management in place. So if we go take a look at this on a daily basis here, and on a daily basis, that 411, folks, is really 421 is where it's first going out after, which has 2 million shares. Now, the low on that is, I said, is 421. That's from October 4th. And today you've already got 1.3 million shares. So it's got volume. It's motoring on its way down there. On the daily basis, if we go look at that 411 low, that is from May 12th. That only has 1.3 million. Let me make sure here. That has 5.2 million shares. Yeah, so you got 5.2 million shares. And already in the first 30 minutes, you've had 1.3 million shares. So it absolutely wants to get down there. And you know the rules. Let it get down to $4.10 or a little bit lower. Let it close above that on lighter than 5.2 million shares. And then you've got, a nice little play there.
If it goes below that, that's a real problem then.
If it goes below that, yeah, what it's then saying is that, the next area of support really gets back down to the lows in November of 2008. And,
exactly.
So, you don't have to, you don't have to even risk 1% on this trade. You can keep a little bit narrower stop, if you will, so that you can have a larger position size on this. And, what I like to do when you have situations like that, where your back is up against the wall, if you will, and, and I'm going to teach tonight the importance of that 1%. In something like this, what's really cool is adding to winning positions. So you can take a smaller risk, if you will, up front. If the trade works in your direction, then you can go ahead and add to your position. And then that'll give you the opportunity to have just a little bit tighter stop. But, Kevin, I'll look forward to seeing you at the party tonight. Okay, thanks for attending. You bet. Have a great day. Folks, stay tuned. You've got Tom and myself at the Money Masters, and then we've got Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, David White, and Tom today. Thanks for being with me, and I'll see you in about 7, 8, 9, 10 minutes.